Republicans or liberals, it's mental illness. The internet is only interested in left opinions. Cancel culture's got more power lately than the First Amendment. If you don't like it, leave. We will not defund police. We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets. We respect freedom of speech. We protect what we believe. We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America.
Hey, everybody, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Yes, we are not tricking you. We are not messing with you. This is another live episode of the Church and State Podcast on Ubatuba. This is the season finale, and I am your friendly neighborhood bearded weirdo, Nolan Bryan, coming at you loud and proud as I always do, and with this magnificence upon my face. How y'all doing, everybody? Like I said, Merry Christmas.
Looking forward to seeing the masterpiece get more masterful with your festive ornaments that you decorate your beard with.
Yes, I didn't bring them. I know I got to get.
Oh, I'm so thankful.
No, I have to get new ones.
Yeah.
I have to get new ones. But as you've already heard him, to my left is my best friend, my compadre, my brother at arms. Also happens to be my pastor. You know him, you love him. He is the one, the only, the Pastor Gary Podosek. How you doing today, brother?
It is a fantastic Tuesday.
Yes, it is. It is
pretty
Tuesday,
good.
December 6th.
Yes.
And then let us not forget about the man behind the helm. He is the wizard behind the curtain. Do not look. He might scare you away, but he's got a voice for radio. He is our other friend, another good, close, and personal friend who has done much to help us this year. It is Steve Cattell. How you doing today, brother?
Fantastic. And it's definitely Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Not
No.
Happy Holidays.
No. We are not doing Happy Holidays. We are not doing Chris Mahana Kwanzaa. We are not doing Xmas. No, it is Chris.
I appreciate you guys being on good behavior with me around.
Why? What do you mean?
No, because if you were to celebrate anything else, I'd have you in my office.
About Festivus. Festivus for the rest of us.
No.
Oh, man. So, as you can tell, this is the season finale. Now, honestly, you're probably looking at the total. This is episode 14, season finale already. And that's because it's been one heck of a year.
Feels like it's been a long year.
I mean, there was the 3-month break in the middle because of an accident.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm not even without that, though, it still feels like this year has been, like, quite long. Like, feels like it's been a long year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been one of those years. Yeah, I will give you that. It's gone quick, but at the same time, drudgingly. I mean, when you have the weight of not inflation wearing you down, and because they swear it's not inflation, even though the definition says inflation. But you know, who does definitions anymore? But yeah. So yes, this is the season finale. Cutting it a little bit early. I do want to say though, if you are watching, I need you to click that notification button. I need you to subscribe. Yeah. I need you to follow. I need you to like. I need you to share it to all your friends and family.
Hit the like button.
Yeah, we are going to take 2 months off, and we are going to enjoy that. We're going to come back in February. Usually we come back in March. We're going to do things a little bit different next year. Come back in February, take a break around August so that everybody can take vacations, and then come right on back and finish the year. But it has been a fun year, even though there's been a lot of adversity. A lot of things didn't really go our way in some things that we would have hoped for. But we are now live on YouTube. I mean, it took till coming back from the accident for that to happen. We now have our, Steve is now our producer.
Yep.
And he's brought a lot of things in to help me piecemeal this stuff even more together and fix some things. So it's been a fruitful year. It's just been a difficult year.
Well, I mean, good things are not like, freely given to you just because you vote on a certain party line and, fill out a form and, do things like that. You actually have to work, to actually get good things. So, I mean,
and it's been one heck of a battle. Like I said, I had the accident in June. Was it June? Yeah, June.
Yeah.
Beginning of June, had the accident. Totaled my car, and it took me 3 months to getting a.
well, you didn't do it.
Yeah, you didn't do that.
It's not like you did it's not like you.
Oh no, it was a hit and run.
Yeah,
Dude, you were not the one who.
No,
did
I was in the accident. Somebody hit me, and then they ran, and my car was like, "Nah, I'm good right here. I'm not moving," and it died. So then it took me 3 months to get the next car situation underway. So that put a bit on a break. But I am
happens.
thankful the fact that did allow me to do more research. It did allow me to look up things for getting us on YouTube live. I mean, we were on YouTube before, but it was uploaded videos.
Yeah.
And so it's been good. And I'm thankful. I'm glad we're getting to the end of the year.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for everything God has gotten us through. I'm thankful that this, like I've said before, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's is the holy triumvirate of Christian holidays, whether you want to agree about it or not. Thanksgiving, obviously, a time to thank God for everything he's gotten us through and everything that he continues to do in our lives, and just thank him for being him. Christmas to celebrate the birth of Christ, because without the birth of Christ, I mean, this world's already going to hell in a handbasket, but we wouldn't have an escape hatch without Jesus. And then, of course, New Year, celebrating that new year. God is all about celebrating new beginnings. God is all about celebrating, new times of planting and reaping and sowing and all these different things. So going into a new year means, the slate is clean. God's going to do what he's going to do in 2023. I look forward to what God's going to do in 2023, not just with the podcast, and but also in our personal lives, what he's going to do at our church at Streams of Life in the next coming year, what he's going to do, besides what you see here and all that we do here, our job situations, the ministry that we work in. I mean, he's the pastor of a ministry, and I'm on the worship team, and so is Steve. He's sound guy for the worship team. So to see what God wants to do in this next year is going to be fantastic. And I hope that no matter what has happened in your lives in this year, that you can at least look at the new year coming as a time to celebrate. I would also hope that you would look at celebrating the birth of Christ. Yes, we know he was technically born in spring, and Christmas trees are Asherah poles, and we know all these things. But
so what you're telling me is Jesus is not pasty white.
No, Jesus is not pasty white, and
okay.
He does not have perfectly brunette hair. And he doesn't have a straight beard. His goatee is not perfectly straight. No, he's got some curls going on in that head. Okay, let's just be quite honest here. If he was pasty white, born in the Middle East, he'd have been a lobster. Okay, Jesus would have been the first red man.
Technically, he became one.
Huh?
He technically became one.
What do you mean?
Scourged to,
he became
death.
walking hamburger meat. Yeah.
Well, I mean, last time I checked, his blood was red. So, just saying.
So I can hear the naysayers now. I used to be one of those naysayers. Hi, my name is Nolan, Bryan, and I am a recovered, not recovering, recovered Scrooge.
This is true.
I enjoy Christmas now. I love Christmas. I used to hate it. And I used to be the one that was always like, well, Jesus was born in the spring. We should be doing it. We should be doing this in the spring. And technically, this is an Asherah pole. And technically, doing this is a bad thing. And technically, doing this is a bad. You know what? Suck it up, Buttercup. It's about Jesus. We're going to celebrate his birthday. Doesn't matter when it really was. You know what? My birthday's in May. If I want to, I'll celebrate it in July. Why? Well, because especially around here in Jersey, the weather's better. And if I want to do something on the beach, I'll pick July over May any day. So it doesn't matter. And that's the day that we celebrate it. And if you don't like it, suck it up, Buttercup.
Well, it's commemorative,
Yes.
right? It's like you get a mug when you go on like a vacation someplace. You know, it's commemorative, of your trip. It doesn't necessarily signify the actual month day that you went. It might have the year on it, possibly, in the location, but it's commemorative.
Well, it's the same thing with your job. Whenever your job does an anniversary, they never do it on the exact day that you were hired. They do it on the month you were hired.
Yeah. So, and it doesn't even have to be accurate to the month. It's just about
Yeah.
celebrating. It's
Mine
something.
does the month. They actually have it written on our time.
Again, this is stuff that in the Christian faith, you get a lot of people who bring questions like this stuff up to you, and you're like, okay, well, I mean, you don't want to waste a bunch of time talking about, did Jesus, where was he actually born? Did he actually rest in a manger? What did the manger look like? I mean, was it made out of wood? No, probably not. It was probably made out of stone. So I mean, like, you get all these like difficulty, high level questions people ask you about, these things, being a pastor and all. And the truth of it is it has everything to do with your approach to, one, what is the significance of the holiday, right? So we can talk about that a little bit, but when you're talking to people, we get all these people with the bumper stickers that go around, keep Christ in Christmas and all that. It's like, well, yeah, I'm on board, and don't get me wrong, Jesus is the reason for the season. Obviously, like you said,
to that.
We're celebrating the birth of Christ, but there's a lot to the secular side of the holiday that I think that people tend to either go way far to one side with, and they make it all about shopping, toys,
gimme.
But then what do Christians do? They go on this anti side of it, right? And they get very, anti gift giving or anti ornament decorating, like you said. It's a glorified Asherah pole and all this stuff. So you get into this super heavyweight bout. And I think what people need to do is recognize that it really has a lot to do with the fundamentals of the Christian faith. You're talking about people getting together with their family, so Christian values, right? We talk about how one of the biggest values in Christendom is the nuclear family, right? Having a mother, father, and children,
the body of Christ,
right? You're connecting with other brothers and sisters in the Lord. So you share in the festivity holidays. Look, my house, we go to my mom's house, and pretty much everybody who's here and a lot of other people.
We go to his house for Christmas Eve for the Christmas party.
And it's a family event.
Have his mom's eggnog.
But it's friends. It's all kinds of people that come together, and it isn't about, it's not this super heavy, we're going to sit and read the Bible and do Charles Dickens reading. And, it's none of that. It's just being able to share.
Watch Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah. There's some fun things that are in Christmas, but what I want to get to is like one of the biggest tug of wars is in this gift thing. And one of the things that I found that was truly profound was there's people that you run into, and I've had this happen. This happened with a person. I'm not going to reveal names, but how much are you going to spend on me? I don't know. What did you want to get? Oh, I don't know. It was just like, if you were going to spend like $50 on me or whatever, why don't we just do this? Just buy a gift card for yourself or somewhere you want to go. I'll buy something for myself, and there we're taken care of, and we'll just make it the same value. I'm like, that's not the point of this.
I hate giving gift cards.
Not even just the gift card, but I'm saying, but the point of it was like he lost the value of the point of the gift. It had nothing to do with the money.
The gift aspect is all about blessing.
Well, right, and that's one of my points.
It's all about blessing.
The fundamentals of Christian faith, blessing, bearing blessings, giving gifts, things like that, are found in this Christmas holiday. And so one of the things I like to do is kind of remind people, I'm like, yeah, go get gifts for your friends and your family. Why? Well, why would you not want to be a blessing? Well, I don't want to get them anything too. You have arguments. Well, don't buy me anything really expensive. And it's like, well, I'm not asking for you to reciprocate.
Right.
I'm just getting you something that I think you'll like, and you don't have to give me anything. And I think that that's one of these big picture ideas that people get lost in, where this is a great time of the year as a Christian to go around and just bless people. you can do something nice for somebody, and yeah, you can just say, you don't have to get into this big thing where it's like, oh, well, you want to know about your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, because then you watch them like hightail it out of there, and they don't even take what you were giving them, but you can just do that now, and you can just say
the love of Christ during a joyous occasion
but not,
is a great way to be witnessing the love of Jesus Christ.
Right, but you're saying it. But here's the point, right? I don't have to scare you away because all I have to do is say Merry Christmas. And when I say Merry Christmas, what I really mean is Merry Birth of Christ Day, because here's the day that we celebrate the birth of Christ, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I believe in him and I believe he wants to bestow good gifts upon you. So it's this. I believe their motivation and the value system in believers nowadays has to take the holiday in stride. I mean, again, going back to what I was saying before about people coming to you and bringing all things like one of the big things is like, oh, well, that it's the holiday was designed by it's a pagan holiday, and and all this stuff. Holiday. Yeah, it's a pagan holiday. Why is my Alex Smith coming out? I don't understand. I don't know. Making the frogs gay. I really didn't realize I can do a really good Alex Smith, or Jones. I can do a really good Alex Jones, but I don't really notice that I do a great Alex Jones impression, but apparently I do. But like people come at you and are like, oh, well, Christmas is a pagan holiday. And I'm like, well, okay, so and what's the significance of it? And look at the significance of it. And yeah, I mean, it's silly.
I can look.
Silly.
Look. Again,
the same people that argue whether or not
talking to the guy who would come up with every argument.
You know what I was going to say. All right, we'll leave it alone.
Talking to the guy who would take every argument in the world to destroy Christmas and the reason why I did not like it. Okay, and I could come up with every cultural reason. Yes, did the Catholic Church, after they went into places like Ireland and other pagan countries, because winter solstice, they would do their pagan rituals. Okay, and did after those people got saved, they still wanted to enjoy the fun of those rituals. Now, granted, they're saved, but they missed that there's a thing about the way that they celebrated. Yes, granted, there was a lot of bad things that they did, but still it was about their culture, bringing the culture together, the people, the culture together. So what did the Catholic Church do? They're like, all right, we're not going to celebrate that no more. We're going to celebrate Jesus on these couple days instead. And we're going to do good, clean fun, still centered around the culture, the family, the whatever, and center Christ on it instead of this other Mishua that we really don't want. And that's what happened. Okay, did they replace another holiday with, in my opinion, a better holiday? Heck yeah.
Look, I have a really hard time trusting things the Catholic Church does anyway.
Right.
Just mainly because they said the capybara is a fish.
Kookaburra, what?
No, the capybara. They declared that the capybara is a fish. You'll look up a capybara, and you'll realize that's not a fish. That's a giant rat. But according to the Catholic Church, during what is it?
Medieval times?
No.
During Lent.
Lent, yeah, during Lent, the capybara is technically a fish. So because you can't have meat. But you can eat it. You can eat a giant rodent.
But you can't have meat.
That's a fish.
You can't have meat on Fridays in Lent.
Look, I'm just saying it's not a fish. But they said it's a fish.
Actually, technically during Christmas, you're not supposed to have.
You can fact check me. I'm not wrong.
They did that so that the other places.
It was for a certain nation. I don't remember. It's a foreign nation. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. It's somebody just Catholic Church, whatever.
Look. I'll give you that the Catholic Church has done some questionable things. I mean. Yes, they've made some bad decisions, and so have a lot of churches for that matter. But something that the Catholic Church, a lot of things that the Catholic Church has done is a lot of our modern Christian holidays, except for Easter, the Catholic Church has kind of tweaked them around. I mean, the only one that I really have a problem with is their All Saints Day. But that's just because that's taken an absolutely demonic holiday and trying to turn it into something.
That's your problem with the Catholic Church.
Well, there's other ones, but I wasn't going to bring those up.
Well, I mean, why not? You're going to open that door. You might as well go full. Never mind.
This is a Christmas special, okay?
I mean,
I'll just leave off with I'll leave off with their most recent edition of the Drag Time Story Hour or whatever.
Oh, you mean now that the Pope says that gay marriage is okay? Actually, no. That's the Mormons now. The Great Mormon State has their elected official that we all can't stand.
You're gonna trigger your Mormon buddy.
So,
My Mormon buddy.
Don't you have? No. Never mind. I'm thinking somebody else. Never mind.
I don't have a Mormon buddy.
You sure? You might.
so
Wait, what? I don't have any Mormon friends.
You might. You might be watching right now.
But
How do you
there's
know?
He is not watching, and if he is, Mitt Romney can go pound sand.
There's a reason we have the Farrar in there. For me personally, one of my biggest things for this season has always been to watch A Christmas Story during Christmas. And you can shake your heads and all you want, but tradition,
Loathe that movie.
Tradition.
Loathe it.
All about tradition.
Now we're gonna get hate comments. Hate comments are gonna abound because I say I hate Christmas Story.
Look, I'm not a fan of it either.
Right, it's fine. It is not.
It's okay.
It's my
just
tradition with my family.
Yeah.
And it's one that I've kept up, that I've always watched it at least once, because it comes on all day long. It plays, so I at least watch it once.
You're gonna watch the sequel on HBO?
No, that is not my tradition. My tradition is to watch the original.
Well,
and I will enjoy the original as its content.
I mean, look, I give you the tradition because I used to watch. I watch It's a Wonderful Life every Christmas Eve.
I love It's a Wonderful Life. It's another one.
That's another one that I'm not a fan of.
Absolutely
that's a
love
shame.
it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm really not a fan of the traditional Christmas movies. Believe it or not, I'm really not. Like,
I mean,
a lot of the traditional
my
Christmas movies, I
all-time
don't get.
favorite Christmas movie
We share
is
this one.
Muppet Christmas Carol.
That one's my favorite.
That's a great one.
That's my favorite.
That's a really good one.
Like the lamp, not the rat. Like the lamp, not the rat.
But there's some like really great ones out there. And yes, we'll bridge the topic. But hear me out.
Oh yeah, we are going to bring a debate. We're going to bring a debate that's been going on for years behind the scenes to the forefront.
Look. Before we get to that, all right. So I Christmas movies, generally speaking, okay, I generally don't enjoy them. For the most part, for very simple reasons. They're in a time bubble. So it's hard to it's hard to make a Christmas movie that doesn't get trapped in this time bubble, because
I believe one won't. There are
a few out there.
All right, I'm sorry.
Hold on. But you don't understand what I'm saying.
The only good 2 movies to watch on Netflix this time of year right now.
But I'm not. Hold on. But here's the thing. What I'm saying time bubble, I mean, is it's like they kind of get encapsulated into, first, you really only watch them during the Christmas time, right?
True.
Okay. So you're only watching that. And then secondly, they kind of start to date, because you're only watching them maybe once or twice a year at the best. And the repetitive watching of it, because like you said, you're watching it almost every single year. It starts to become,
technology gets better.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not, you're not seeing good new Christmas movies. Let's be clear.
Okay.
And so that to me is like the relics of the past. The relics of the past are really the best Christmas movies.
Well, no, there are 2 right now, and I hate to say that.
Kurt Russell makes a good Santa.
Kurt Russell is probably the best Santa ever. Better than Tim Allen.
Oh, it's so tough.
Have you seen Christmas Chronicles?
No, I haven't.
With Kurt Russell? Do you have Netflix?
Yeah.
You should watch it.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Christmas Chronicles. It is really that good. But the second one, not as good as the first. Obviously, the sequel's better.
Now, is it a Christmas movie by the first name?
It's a Christmas movie. It is 100% a Christmas movie. He is Santa.
He is Santa.
He is Santa.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not playing Santa. He is Santa.
No. Watch it.
And you'll love Mrs. Claus.
Number 1, the beard is real. He grew the beard. I'm telling you, the things that he does, it's hilarious. That movie was great, and I used to think the Tim Allen movie was the best Santa movie. No, Christmas Chronicles beats it hands down.
Come on, you're forgetting the best Christmas movie of all time.
What's that?
You know who that is?
Huh?
He did one with during the Halloween season as well.
Oh,
he did one in June.
I know who you're talking about, Ernest.
Oh, Ernest Saves Christmas. Oh my God! All right. I love.
Again. Hold on. So hold on. But there goes my point. Back to my point. But it's such a relic of the past. I guarantee you, there's not a millennial in sight that even knows who Ernest is.
Yeah.
And Ernest was a treasure to our
Treasure.
generation. He was a treasure. Fantastic.
Ernest goes to jail. Ernest
Listen,
saves Christmas.
Ernest scared stupid.
Ernest scared stupid.
Listen, Vern.
Listen here, Vern.
Listen here, Vern.
And his Saturday morning show, like the Saturday morning show he had was great.
Yeah.
That is a show that couldn't be that.
Yeah.
Pee-wee's Playhouse couldn't be done every day.
But here's the thing.
They tried Pee-wee's
when it
Playhouse,
comes down to it, for me, because of this, like they get locked in this kind of relic in the past thing, it's really hard for me to get like certain Christmas movies. So for me, categorically, what makes Christmas movies, obviously, they have to be funny. Okay, because if I'm going to watch a movie over and over and over again, it has to be something that makes me laugh, no matter how many times I say it.
And Muppet Christmas Carol does that.
Muppet Christmas Carol does that.
Sure does.
And I know what line is coming next.
and it's repeatable, and I can quote it, and I love it, and
Michael
the quotes
Caine,
are great.
Best Scrooge ever.
So all those things make up a great Christmas movie for me. So obviously, Muppets Christmas Carol, great one. For me, another great one. And everybody here will agree, nobody's going to argue with me, I'm sure, is Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
With Chevy Chase. Oh, come on.
Come on.
I've watched. I can honestly say that is a movie I've only watched twice in my life.
So good.
Twice in my life.
So funny. Two of my favorite parts of that movie. Three actually. I'll give you top three favorite parts of that movie. Number one for me of all time is after he snaps. He basically snaps.
Yeah.
He's jolly in the kitchen, in the bathroom with the chainsaw, washing his face. He comes down, goes past the post on the on the stair, and it wobbles, and he's like, wobble, wobble, wobble. Boom, 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 boom. Fix the post, and that's it. That's the whole line, and it's fantastic. But the wrapped cat, is great. I'm sorry, Chevy Chase is a fantastic comedian.
I saw this movie twice, probably both times.
The cat wrapped in the package is hysterical. Okay,
You gotta watch it now. It still holds up.
And some of the most quotable lines. One of the best quotable lines comes from two characters that are so tertiary, and one of them made her bed in Seinfeld.
Wait.
Why's the carpet wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot. It's so great.
It's so good.
Oh my gosh. So it's just like it's quotable. It's super funny. Obviously, there's a lot of funnier parts in there that I'm leaving out, but it's just one of those movies that's so funny. Oh, it's so great.
Last time I watched it, I was under 10.
So that movie, and then another really good classic movie, and I am not alone in my fandom with this. One of our great follows that we like to watch, Steven Crowder, loves this movie, and I agree with him 100%. It is one of my favorites, and that's Scrooge.
It's a classic. I'm not a big Bill Murray fan. I'm not.
Again, super funny movie.
A lot of his movies, when it's just him. Now, if he's surrounded by an ensemble cast, he's good. But especially a lot of his later stuff.
What about Bob? Groundhog's Day is fantastic. My favorite Bill Murray movie is Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day is phenomenal.
Absolutely great.
Him as Peter Venkman in the Ghostbusters. Phenomenal.
Oh, come on.
Okay, I love Scrooge, but I'm not a huge Bill Murray fan. I'm not.
That's fine. I mean, you're entitled to do it. That's fine.
Look, I also can't stand Will Ferrell.
This guy, that's understandable. But
and I do like him. Elf was fun.
I don't know what happened to but he said once, a random fan saw, hey, how you doing? And grabbed a piece of food off of their plate while they're eating dinner. Looked over at her and goes, nobody can believe it. And walks away. I was like, that's the most Bill Murray thing ever. I was like, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's true too.
Yeah, I'm not like I said.
He took a piece of food off my plate and ate it. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
It's not like I said. I'm not going to trash him and his stuff. It's just I was not a huge fan.
That's
of
fine.
his
I mean, look,
but Scrooged, I will say, is a fantastic movie.
there's so many great parts in that movie, and my favorite part is when he's with the ghost of Christmas. Is it present? That's the angel, right?
No, the angel is past.
Angel is past, so Christmas past, obviously, and
Present is supposed to be the joyous one.
No, present was the taxi cab.
But no, what I mean is normally in the story it goes ghost. The ghost of past looks like an angel or whatever.
Right.
Ghost of present is somebody who tends to be more joyous and in the present.
Yeah.
And then
it's
what's
the guy who was the actor who because he did Hot 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 was the name of the song, and he was the taxi cab driver. No. Oh, don't. But anyway, yeah, he I know he did that song too, but he's not super popular, but he was the taxi cab driver. But no. But the girl who was the Christmas past angel, oh my gosh, the toaster. Again, all I have to do is just say the toaster. All I have to do is say the toaster, and everybody knows what I'm talking about because it's just a great part of the movie. So it's just, and there's so many other great parts of it that are just hysterical and funny. But and that's for me. Christmas movies have to be they have to be funny, witty, comedic, memorable quotes, like stuff that if I'm going to watch it over and over again, it's not going to get stale on me. And that's the thing. I think that's the biggest issue with a lot of those really old ones, Miracle on 34th Street, like those ones, they don't do it for me because they're just not memorable.
Wasn't a fan of the remake.
They make it very difficult for me to watch them over and over again. And the same thing like with yours, Christmas Story, right?
Yeah.
The Christmas Story was a movie I enjoyed when I saw it the first couple times, one or two times.
I never
but
liked
it became the plague of with Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay.
Where it literally is on TV
all the time
for so long on repeat that you literally can watch it throughout the day interrupted because you can pick it up where you left off like 5 hours in the day.
Yeah.
And Ferris Bueller during the summer will just be running on repeat and you just see it so many times. It's like, okay, all right, I'm tired of this. This is enough.
Well, again, it's the same thing like with your favorite song. You can love your favorite song and hear it 1,000 times and it's fine. But if you hear it constantly all the time,
you're going to get turned off by it.
You're just like, oh goodness, I can't stop hearing
Yeah,
song.
Nolan. Every once in a while, I'll introduce him to new music. We grew up with. And he'll find a song he likes and play it all the time. I'm like, dude, stop it.
Yeah.
I love this song. You're ruining one of my favorite songs.
So for me, those are three. I mean, I have more that I really do enjoy that I think are great Christmas movies too.
So what you do, 4 or 5?
I did 3 for now because I figure we can leave room for like our extra 2 afterwards. So go ahead, let it out.
This is where the debate starts.
Let it out. It's not a debate.
Ding.
It's not a
Actually,
debate.
it isn't a debate because I have the facts. Anyway, top movie, like you said, Muppet Christmas Carol. I will watch it. I watch it throughout the year. One good thing about having Disney Plus, I can watch Muppet Christmas Carol all year round. So I love it. Michael Caine, just phenomenal.
Michael Caine.
Second favorite all-time Christmas movie is Die Hard, baby.
Not a Christmas movie.
It is a movie.
It's not a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
Okay, so we've been having this debate for back and forth for a very, very long time.
Years. We this comes up every year.
But we've actually come recently to more of an understanding. So the definition of a Christmas movie is where we're having the trouble. So his definition of a Christmas movie does not line up with my definition of a Christmas movie. Now, I agree with Gary that it needs to be funny. It needs to be something that's quotable, which I would agree Die Hard is.
Some of the most epic quotes ever.
I'm not.
Yippee-ki-yay.
I am not a fool. I know that very well. It's a very funny movie. It's really good. I'm not saying it's not a great movie. It's probably top tier movies.
Come down.
I'm fine with that. But I'm not going to be one of us. That's not how it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because for me, an actual Christmas movie is something that's about Christmas, not during Christmas time.
To be clear, that means Home Alone is not a Christmas movie.
That is correct. In my
under your definition.
Under my definition, Home Alone is not a Christmas movie. It's not about Christmas. It's during Christmas time. And
it's about two burglars robbing a house with a kid.
It's also got a Scrooge-esque story to it, where you have a kid who is a spoiled brat who is and parents.
I'm defending him on this one. Home Alone is not, in my book, a Christmas movie.
Look, I don't necessarily think
I love it. It's just not a Christmas movie.
I think I believe that it is a Christmas movie on the sole factor that the redeeming arc happens on Christmas Day,
which is the difference between me and you. It's that you're
the Christmas miracle happens
on the day. Like, I am not a fan on A Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, it's horrible. It's absolutely
but
horrible.
It is a Christmas movie. I don't like it.
Now,
but it's still a Christmas movie because it's about Christmas.
Now, I will say that, and that is the thing we are arguing over definitions of. However, it does not matter what his definition is. It doesn't even matter what my definition of a Christmas.
Your fact.
No.
Your fact.
Yeah. It does not matter what his opinion is. It doesn't even matter what my opinion is. It matters that the writer, D'Souza, in 2017, came out.
D'Souza doesn't sound American.
Now he's going to go there. D'Souza, that's his last name.
I know.
Is his first name Dinesh?
No, it's not Dinesh D'Souza. No, it would be curious to know if they're related. If they're related, it would be curious to know if they're related. But anyway, the writer by the last name of D'Souza came out in 2017 and halted the argument flat out and said, Die Hard was always meant to be a Christmas movie, always. So it's always been a Christmas movie. It's a movie on Christmas Eve about a guy going to meet his estranged wife on Christmas Eve at a certain Nakatomi building to have a Christmas party, and then later go back and see the kids and enjoy Christmas together. Not the Christmas season together. No, Christmas Day together. And, some Germans got in the way of it and brought some guns and
tried to rob a bank.
Tried to rob a safe, not a bank. Tried to rob a safe
in a building.
And one could say, I saw this shirt. I'm sorry, it's the greatest T-shirt ever. It's a sweater. I want to wear it to church, but I don't think I'd be allowed to, being on the worship team. But it says it's not really Christmas until Hans Gruber falls out of the sky.
Look, I again, under the pretenses of, yes, the writer says he wrote it as a Christmas movie. Fine, that's fine. But again, it goes back to what your values of the Christmas movie are. Your values of a Christmas movie being, it's about Christmas, it's about the festive holiday or whatever. That's fine. If it's about that, it's fine. Die Hard has a premise in the story that is about Christmas, yes, but then gets immediately interrupted by,
Look, put the movie up against any Lifetime Christmas movie special.
I don't disagree with you.
Right, and again,
and it starts out that way. Estranged husband comes to the city to get with his, they're going to work it out. They're going to try to do it over the holidays. He's going to, see his kids who hasn't seen in a long time. He lives in New York as a cop. She works in L.A. They're going to try to work things out. The plan is to enjoy the party, a Christmas party, and there is a Santa Claus in the movie. Maybe not the Santa Claus, but there's a Santa Claus. And they're trying to have a party, and then a bunch of guys come in and ruin things. But hey, at least somebody does say ho ho ho. I mean, I have a machine gun, ho ho ho.
And again, we're basically going semantics wise, and it's fine. I like the disagreement. I like because we both are in different.
But we both love the movie.
We both love the movie. I've no.
But this brings up some good. This brings up some good discussion though on movies that really beg the question of, are they actually a Christmas movie? So here's some food for thought. Right? We already debunked Home Alone.
Right.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's
right.
easy.
Which gets thrown into the Christmas genre all the time. But like, here's one: the Jim Carrey Grinch movie. Is it a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Yeah, because they're still literally, it's about Christmas.
It's literally about the day before Christmas, or in his version, the week leading up to Christmas and Christmas.
Now, The Nightmare Before Christmas is not a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is.
So there's another good question.
It is both. It is both a Christmas movie and a Halloween
look,
movie.
I'm just
It
saying.
is both.
It is one of those movies that gets thrown in all the time. I am on Steve's team. It is not. It is not a
both.
Christmas movie.
It is
not a
both.
Christmas movie.
It is both.
So here's the thing. Okay, there to me is a bunch of movies that kind of like limbo over that category of whether or not it's a Christmas or not. Like Bad Santa.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Never
Right?
seen it.
Could that be qualified as a Christmas movie? The one we were talking about before, Violent Night, is coming out soon or something
That's
like
Christmas
that.
movie.
Right? How does that get qualified as a Christmas movie?
Because
I don't know.
because
Saying.
in the realm of the movie, in the
Saying.
world of the movie, the real Santa Claus is in it. In
Look,
the world of the movie.
what I would like to see are some Christmas movies that actually bring Jesus into the picture.
Well, there are.
I'm just saying. I mean, you know.
Listen. All right. Well,
Santa's good. I'm not arguing.
They're not doing it this year. But if you ever get a chance and you happen to be in Lancaster area, next winter, I do know for a fact they're doing the Birth of Christ at Sound Theater.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about an actual movie, though.
Yeah. Remember, you guys actually saw it. I'm the one that told you guys about it. What was it called? The Christmas Star?
Mm-hmm. Which one? That's about the donkey.
No, that's not about the donkey. The one that
was about the donkey.
Kind of, they're chasing after the star, but it all focuses on Jesus and getting the wise men to Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's a legit movie. And no, it's a really good movie. And which is funny because some of the actors and actresses that are doing voices on it are not Christians, but you can definitely tell the writers were. Like they So, no, it is very.
So then here would be another good question. Then would that technically be a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Or would it be a Jesus movie?
Well, see, the way I put it is any movie that's Jesus
Christmas.
is a Christmas movie.
Yeah. Well, number one,
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Remember, look at the words. Look at the root
You're gonna
words of
keep
Christmas.
Christ in Christmas, then guess
It's
what?
Christ Mass. It's the day of Christ. Christ Mass.
So if he's in it, guess what? It's a Christmas movie.
I know. I was just trying to.
no, but
Under
it's-
a different definition of what makes it a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
the real Christmas movie.
Exactly.
I mean, technically, you would call that one's a Jesus-centered Christmas movie. Technically, Little Drummer Boy is too. The claymation Little Drummer Boy.
Oh yeah.
I had a really hard time with those. Like what is it? The one with Frost. And I don't remember the names. Why am I drawing a
The
blank?
Heat Miser.
Heat Miser. Yeah.
Well, that one. That's the Christmas in July movie. That's the Christmas in July movie.
Can't do it.
Because that's the one where
all those
Frosty and them are up in.
My wife will be mad at me, but look, Rudolph and all those claymation movies, throw them in the trash.
I'm a dentist. No, you're not.
Happy birthday!
I love Heat Miser.
You put a hat and a cob pipe and a snowman, and it got retarded all of a sudden somehow. I don't understand that one.
All right, well, here's one for you. Is the movie Jack Frost a Christmas movie?
No.
No.
Just like Santa Claus 3 wasn't a Christmas movie.
Yeah, it wasn't about Christmas at all.
It was terrible.
Jack Frost.
I love Martin Short, but it was terrible.
Jack Frost was actually about Christmas. The dad died on Christmas. He comes back a year later.
Is that the snowman with Michael Keaton?
Michael Keaton as the
I
snowman.
forgot about that one. Now that you mention it,
What about
I don't know about that.
the one with
But anyway, I want to say my third favorite, because you said you're three.
Yeah. Sorry, I
My
did
third
interrupt you.
favorite Christmas movie is a newer one.
Yeah.
And it's because I believe that Kurt Russell is by far the greatest Santa Claus.
watch if you rate it that.
The Christmas Chronicles. Look, y'all have heard me say before how I feel about Netflix and all the things that they have done and why I no longer have a Netflix subscription. Using my yearly free week. This is the time that you do it
I
because
don't have it. So.
Christmas Chronicles is fantastic. You can't get it on DVD. I have to watch it on Netflix. but it is a fantastic, fantastic movie.
I'll
He
take a
plays
look.
the best Santa Claus. It's hilarious. The ending is phenomenal because of who pops in at the end, and it makes total sense. The second one was good, but not as good as the first because sequels always go subpar.
Yeah.
But no, Kurt Russell as Santa Claus, real beard and all.
See,
Loved it.
he just likes the beard.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
Oh, there was some major beard envy in that.
So mine are obviously going to be A Christmas Story, just because I
Right.
watched it all the time and I loved it. Second would be It's a Wonderful Life. I mean, it's just
It is phenomenal. That used to be my number 3.
It's really good. And then I'm up with Chris Pratt.
Love the Chris Girl.
It's
Light the lamp, not the rat. Light the lamp, not the rat.
But there's some
so
other
good.
ones that again we were kind of talking about it, but like Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah,
right?
It's good.
And Sinbad.
Dumbest movie
It's
ever.
you know what? It's stupid, but it's funny.
no, it's funny.
and it's
Yeah,
got some
it's funny.
great. It's got some great comedic actors in there. You know, obviously, rest in peace to one.
Yeah.
But who had. Like, I love the one line where he's like, he's trying to get the emergency or whatever. He's trying to get something and he's over at his house and he's like, oh my God, your wife's cookies are delicious. He's like, put down the cookies. But like, yeah, you know, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like some other really like
I have one theory.
great classic.
People would say that it's a Christmas movie, but by our definition, in my definition, it's not.
Like what?
And you can't feed it after midnight. And you can't put
Gremlins.
water on it.
Gremlins?
Yeah, I don't think
Well,
that's not
say
a Christmas movie.
A lot of people.
I
would say
love the
it
movie
is.
Gremlins,
not a
but I
Christmas
would never.
Right.
That's around Christmas season.
Right, it's around Christmas season. But
Oh, here's one that we didn't. I don't like the movie.
Let's start going.
I don't like the movie personally. I also would not qualify it as one, but it revolves around Tom Hanks in a train.
Yes, I would qualify that.
Yes, because
as
the
a
whole
Christmas
thing is to get to the North Pole
I
with
just,
the kids.
I understand, but it's not a Christmas movie to me. I don't care that you say it's a Christmas movie. I just think it's a dumb movie, and I don't like it. I really don't. I had never liked Polar Express. Huh?
Would you qualify it as a Christmas movie?
It's hard for me because if everybody were to just go, oh, yeah, it's a Christmas movie, I'm like, all right, guess so. I mean,
Because they're going to see Santa.
look, I get it.
set
I
up the
do
presents
understand.
and,
I do
you
get.
know.
I get the premise, but I feel like it's.
I'm really surprised you don't like that.
I know. I'm not a
That's
fan.
a shame.
Not a fan of the Polar Express. Never was.
I kind of do. It's not on my top tier list.
Yeah,
by any means.
it's just not.
But
It,
it's an enjoyable. I'm not gonna like sit and watch it, but if it's like.
but like,
if it
I
has
liked
some
Elf.
fun,
I love Elf. Elf is
is amazing.
fantastic. I thought it was funny as all get out. It just
and
makes
that
me
is a
laugh.
Christmas
It's
movie, because
hysterical.
whatever
Oh yeah,
about Christmas.
and elves. But
Yeah, and of course,
Elf,
circles
I
and
hate
everything.
I know you don't like Elf. It's fine. You don't-
No. I hate Will Ferrell.
yeah,
as an actor.
but he's in this one. I feel like there are a lot of other great
He is
supporting.
not-
Really? They count that as a Christmas movie and number 11 on the list?
Which one?
You've Got Mail?
No,
That's not a Christmas
again,
movie.
That's the point of their saying it's.
I
the
disagree.
dialogue.
It's not a Christmas
It's
movie.
during
Now,
Christmas season.
What about Bridget Jones's Diary?
No.
not even close.
These are not Christmas movies.
Oh, the one you're talking about is A Year Without Santa Claus.
That's the one. Yeah, with Frost. Whatever the other. What's the
Yeah.
Frost one's name for Pete's sake?
It's Heat Miser,
Heat Miser and,
and Snow Miser.
is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Frost something. Whatever.
Noel to the. I don't know
I
that
don't
one.
know that one. Mr. Magoo's
Who's
Christmas Carol. Talk about time capsule. Good lord.
That's number 15. This is a list of. Rise of the Guardians is not a Christmas movie.
Because Santa's in it. There you go. So
All of it. All of
I
it.
know, but I'm just saying because Santa's in it. I guess that makes it a Christmas movie, right?
That's not a Christmas movie either.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah.
How?
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Technically, it takes place in Narnia. It's Christmas.
But it's not about Christmas at all.
I agree with you.
Again, we're coming.
Santa shows up
See,
in the
here's the
middle
thing:
of
we are coming more to your side on the argument of what makes a Christmas movie or not. But under that argument, I still believe Die Hard is a Christmas movie because at least it's got Christmas in it, and it's kind of about Christmas. It just has something going on in the
Frozen
middle.
is not a Christmas movie. I don't know Prancer.
Prancer's a Christmas movie. It's literally
Yeah,
about
Christmas-
the one reindeer.
No,
Christmas.
see, that's bogus. That should be higher on the list.
Well, again, people's voting. That's fine. I don't care.
Jack Frost is
We
on
talked
there,
about
number
that.
21.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Serendipity?
It is not it's
Serendipity takes place during Christmas. And
I've seen the movie.
He's a great actor. I'm sorry. Name one bad movie he's ever done.
I know.
You can't.
Here you go.
Name one bad movie.
You remember this movie? I'll Be Home for Christmas with Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Good old JTT.
Wow.
That garbage movie. But
remember I said that time capsule thing? Nobody even knows who he is anymore, okay?
Jonathan who? JTT? What does that mean?
The Grinch.
The new Grinch one, the 2018.
Whatever,
I haven't seen the new
I don't
one.
want to watch
I don't
it.
care.
There's
It
only
doesn't
Jim
matter.
Carrey for me. so.
Princess Switch. Oh, that's made for Netflix.
Yeah. Little Women is not a Christmas movie.
It takes place during Christmas time, like 6 different times. It's set over that book is over the course of several years.
Again, I did.
1984 Christmas Carol. 4 Christmases.
That's funny.
Yes,
and that is a Christmas movie.
Yes,
That is
4
a
Christmases.
Four
is
Christmases is funny and is a Christmas movie. And
Again, it's not top
Reese-
tier, but it is a really good.
Reese Witherspoon
it is
with what's his face?
oh my gosh, man!
I can't think of his name.
One of my favorite parts in that movie.
No,
No,
it's the tall guy that's a comedian. He was in Wedding Crashers.
Oh,
Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, by the way, favorite part of that movie is when she does the pregnancy test and loses it in the bounce house, and the one girl's got it in her mouth. And she's like, give it to me. And she puts it in her mouth. She's like, I peed on that.
Babes in Toyland.
That is a Christmas movie. It's a garbage one. It's terrible.
Wait, what? Planes, Trains, and Automobiles as a Christmas movie?
Technically, it takes place in, again, it's got Christmas time in it, but that's a sad movie. That should not be in
The
there.
preacher's wife cheats on the husband with an angel during Christmas.
oh.
Gotta love that one.
No, it's not a Christmas. What is the satisfaction
Scissorhands.
of putting Tim Burton movies in Christmas movies? The only Tim Burton movie that is a Christmas movie is Muppets Christmas Carol.
He didn't do that.
Yes, he had his hand in it. Tim Burton, believe so.
Oh wait, I think you're right.
Pretty sure.
No, again, Nightmare Before Christmas is both
Nightmare's
a Christmas
no, it's
and
not. No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Dolly Parton's Christmas in Many Colors.
What?
It was
Can we
amazing.
get
No.
to the top? Can we get to the top and look at the top
Well, no.
ones?
I already did the top ones. It's going in reverse order. Stop it.
Oh, gross.
It started at 1 and went backwards.
They put Gremlins.
Gremlins,
in there.
number
No,
38.
It's not a
No,
Christmas
people say
movie.
it's a Christmas
I don't think
It's
it's a Christmas.
not.
It's not.
The Gathering? I don't know. Barbie Nutcracker.
No.
Really? Happy Christmas? No.
Ew, God no.
Muppet Christmas Carol number 42.
That is
That is
heresy.
bogus.
Heinous.
That is
That is
bogus.
heresy.
While
is
you were
heresy.
sleeping? It's not a Christmas movie.
It's a great movie, though.
Yeah, see?
But not a Christmas movie.
No, they're not.
Well, how many non-Christmas movies are on here?
A lot,
Quite a bit.
barely.
Quite a bit.
What did they have at number 1?
Number 1 was
Christmas Vacation,
no. We mentioned the movie. It was
Christmas Story.
no. It was
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life was number 1. Number 2 is Christmas Carol.
Oh, okay.
Or not Christmas Carol. Is Christmas Story is number 2.
Yeah, yours.
Shop Around the Corner. Yeah, there's Jingle All the Way is number 47.
Took crack top 50.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss How the Grinch Stole Christmas number 48.
Jim Carrey's not
fine.
bad. Arthur Christmas. That's a Christmas movie.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. It was all
okay.
right.
It was okay.
Yeah, it was
Batman Returns.
It's not a Christmas movie. It's not even close.
It's not even Mr. Frost. It's Mr. Freeze.
No, Batman Returns
No,
is
Batman
Batman
Returns is
Penguin.
Penguin.
Oh,
That was Keaton's. That was Keaton's second role.
Oh, it's even worse.
It's not even close.
It's not even close.
There's nothing Christmas even there.
It's so awful.
Meet Me in St. Louis.
All right, you just stop.
That is
White
enough.
Christmas.
That is-
I was trying to specifically look and see if there was movies that we hadn't.
There's Jesse will be mad.
Charlie Brown Christmas. Okay, fantastic Christmas
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
it's a
but
great Christmas
again,
movie.
and I, as a obvious Charlie Brown fan, I love Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
And Charlie Brown
Absolutely
Christmas
fantastic.
is
And I love the
fantastic.
fact that in the
I
middle
could
of that
listen to-
movie,
I can listen to
Linus
the whole
comes
thing.
out. Linus comes
Literally
out.
quotes the Bible.
Literally quotes the Bible.
Yes, he
and
does.
I love Santa Claus 2.
Yeah.
Frosty the Snowman. Just
Happy birthday!
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Stop.
Yeah.
With all of them. Just
Scrooge got 63.
that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
Die Hard got 64.
There you go.
So,
Nightmare Before Christmas, number 65.
Look. All right, look.
they've been wrong on so many levels.
How many of these did we say are not actually Christmas
Christmas
movies?
with the Cranks was a good one.
I'm not arguing, but that's a Christmas movie because it literally is about Christmas. So we're gonna wrap this puppy up with me coming into this thing being more on his side, and I lean more to your side now, but more in the sense of this list is atrocious as far as
there's so many movies on this, and look, I'm usually the one that'll be like, when it comes to Christmas movies, is all right, if it at least mentions Christmas or whatever, but some of those are just outright wrong. Batman Returns, really?
But here's the thing. So this is the point, right? So we all learned a little bit. Christmas movies just can't mention Christmas at one point in the entire movie and get categorized as it's a Christmas movie.
I think for next year, I actually want to compose an entire list of real Christmas movies.
Well, and here's the thing. Maybe we do that. But here's the thing.
Because I'm sure there's a bunch that were not on that list.
Oh, sure.
That we love.
And they got moved down because they put a bunch of junk that's not actually a Christmas movie. Yeah. So you can't just mention Christmas in your movie and go, oh, well, it's a Christmas movie because we mentioned Christmas, or there's Christmas decorations in it, or there's a tree that has lights on it somewhere in the movie in the background. No, you can't do that. It's not. Yeah, Rocky IV is a Christmas movie because
I'm surprised that wasn't on the list.
One of the guys in the stands was wearing a Santa hat. It's insane. You know what I mean? Any movie that had like a mall Santa in it, apparently all of a sudden becomes a Christmas movie. It's you gotta have perspective.
Jingle All the Way had
a mob of mall Santas.
Well, no, mob of mall Santas, where I believe it was either Kevin Nash or it was
Kevin Nash
or it was Big Show. Was the big Santa? I think it was Big Show when he was the giant in WCW.
Maybe it was a wrestler,
but it was one of them. It was it was the two guys in wrestling at the time that were 7 foot tall,
really big guys. But back to what I'm saying. So Christmas movies can't just have a mention or a image of something from Christmas in it, right? It's got to have more than that. And I believe it.
And bonus Christmas, points if it talks about Jesus.
And I believe, well, yeah. I mean, obviously, if we're going to the reason of the season, Jesus being in it is a bigger deal. But if you're talking about your holiday favorites and you want to have these great Christmas movies, fine. But at least make them Christmas movies. In which case, it's got to be about Christmas in a form of fashion. I don't think it has to just. I don't believe it has to be
the main focus.
Not just the main focus, but it doesn't have to be the solid theme throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
It has to be part of the movie. It has to be part of the movie. Right. It can't just be a tertiary background factor of the movie. It has to be a part of the movie. In which case, fine. Where if the movie wasn't in this period of time, it wasn't written, it would be a totally different movie. Like that being the case. So I think that's key. And I think if we can use that
I do
metric,
want to go see Violent Christmas. I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it.
If you go in there and you say, look, these are the factors that make a Christmas movie.
It's a junk food movie, and I know it is.
That's fine. Christmas movie it is. But I have to say, what we need more of, and I would like to see more of from the community of people who make movies, is make
them
some
all
funny,
arrested and in jail because of all the things they've been doing with children.
I'm talking about like people that can actually make good movies that aren't that kind of creepy, weird people.
So from the writers of
we can talk to Ben Shapiro. He's got his own cinematic crew. Maybe they make a good Christmas movie.
He might make
a good Hanukkah movie afterwards. So I mean, look, but still. Or make a cross-platform one, combine the two. So Jesus was a Jew. Why not? Yeah, whatever. But anyway, make a good, funny Christmas movie again. Go back to writing good, funny Christmas movies that have all the good, wholesome fun of what these great classics that we brought to the table, bring back to memory. Because honestly, I would love to watch some new movies that could be new classics. for the next generation.
New Christmas movies that aren't, cookie cutter ones that have been coming out of Lifetime and Disney for the last.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't
years.
need like the 800th rendition of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
Right.
Nope. Michael Caine.
Once
Michael Caine was Scrooge, that was the end of it.
We don't need to do a 1,000 renditions.
And we don't need the 9th version of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas either.
Right.
So give us some fresh stuff.
And I think also with everything that's been going on in this whole year, it's been just
spend time watching the movies, man. Family time.
It's all about family time now, and I think another big point that I know me and Nolan do specifically with is when you see, and I'll never forget it, when you give your kids gifts for Christmas, and you see the looks on their faces. I'll tell you, I know why my parents gave me gifts when I was younger. The look on your kid's face and how happy they are and how thankful and how grateful they are in their eyes. There is nothing like that in the world. And I think we need to do more of that. Now, whether you have money or not, that's neither here nor there. Like me, for myself.
A gift does not necessarily need to be of great value.
I don't have great artistic abilities, but what I can do, because I love my girlfriend Jessica, she's fantastic, and she has the money to bless me financially. Well, I'm sorry, she's amazing, and you all agree she's amazing. So, anyway,
she's all right. Love you, Jess.
So
we know she's watching.
Yeah. So anyway, it's. The whole point is that, like, she can bless me with these things because she has the finances to do so. Where I'm not great with my money and I don't have the money to do so. But I can do things for her, and I can make things, and I can make something that's maybe not a lot of money mean a whole lot. And I think we need to think more. They have an old saying that's it's the thought that counts. Now, if you really break it down,
did you put heart in it? Did you put your love in it?
Did you put your really thought into why you bought
my kids yell at me. My son actually yells at me for this because every year I make them give me a Christmas list.
Yeah.
I never buy anything on the list. This year will be the first year that I might touch some of the things on a list. But usually I go, let me see the list. They'll write out a list and I'll see what they're looking at. And then I'll go, but I remember you said this months ago.
Right.
And I would go get it. And then they get it and they're like, oh, I totally forgot about this.
Yeah.
Well, like I it may not be the most expensive. It may not be whatever. I mean, I try to be as equal as possible money expenditure wise for each child. I have 4 of them. But I don't always try to get the stuff that's the thing that they're like, gimme on.
Right. Absolutely.
So I try to find something that I know that they either mentioned a year ago, 2 years ago, like a couple of years ago. I had Nolan laser tag. He wanted laser tag, and at the time when he was asking about it, it was a few years before. Laser tag units were crap.
Right. Yeah.
Well, the one I ended up getting is a very good one because now the technology is better. Somebody actually came out with really good ones, and it was affordable. And we've had it for like 3 years now. And if I plug it in now, charge up the guns, we can go out and play now, and it'll work perfectly fine.
Be a little cold, but
a little cold, yeah. But no, they still work, and they're good. And so, but when they became available, I remembered he said that, and I did, and it blew his mind because he was like, "Oh, I totally forgot that I wanted this." I'm like,
I'll tell you one of the best things, and both you are benefactors of a gift that doesn't cost you very much. And when you think about people and what they like, you can easily do this. And it doesn't take very much skill. But my wife is a excellent maker of delicious delicacies known as cookies.
Yes.
And, you can bake some cookies and put them in a tin. And you know what? There's a lot of variety, tons of different options. People have different tastes. You can do that. And it doesn't cost a whole lot.
What's her one cookie she makes now?
The ricotta cheese cookies.
Ricotta cheese cookies. Never thought they would be good ever. And they were fantastic.
They're really good.
The shortbread cookies coming back too. The $1 Million Shortbread Cookie.
Oh, that was a good one.
That's a good one. So, but and this is another thing I think is really lost too, and it's traditions.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know,
100%.
you
Always
talked
make
about you're
traditions.
watching the movie, and you know that's a tradition. You know, we have our tradition with the Christmas list, which we didn't get to do this year, but that's because of circumstances.
Right.
But you know, we get our Christmas list, and we have a coloring thing, and we just sit down, and we color, you know, color in a little image up top,
Unless
and
certain
write
individual,
down.
unless some individual gets such an intricate picture, you spend the whole night coloring it.
That
and
was
still-
1 year. That was 1 year.
Oh my god, I was
It was,
there.
it
for that
was
one. Like, here, make a
blistering
list.
bad. Oh man.
Oh my god, dude!
So
it was horrible. Like it was from an
Like a
adult.
coloring book
An
page.
adult coloring
Yeah.
book.
Oh, it was a bad.
It wasn't
idea.
even a simple. It was an
Like,
adult coloring
we
book.
think
page.
about it, it's like, oh, they'll look really great. Yeah, in a year, I'll be ready for next year. I'll have it colored maybe. Like
3 hours
man.
into it, we're all still coloring.
Woo.
Nobody wrote a
Nobody
list
listed
yet.
out. It was bad. But you know, but the sake of tradition, I think it's like, you know, when you have certain traditions, like they're great. Like people that go out and pick out their Christmas tree. You know, you go into a Christmas tree field, you walk around. Like we used to do it before we got our really good artificial tree.
Well,
Which
that and the fact that the trees, as of late, they've been selling have been
Well,
absolute garbage.
well, no, but they also got more expensive. But that being said, we would go even after we got our artificial. We would still go to the Christmas tree
a lot of
field.
places still give
and
out
just
hot
walk.
chocolate,
And we would grab we'd go get hot cocoa or something, and we'd pull into one of the Christmas fields, and we'd walk the field. I'd put on my Christmas music, and we just go smelling the trees and walk around. And
listen.
you know, it's
I'm
like
not,
tradition is good. There's things that you can do to build memories,
I mean, people may.
especially with kids, and not just the day
I'm
of
not a
gift giving,
fan of
but
the
doing
whole
things
Santa
and stuff.
Claus thing. I've never really been a fan of the whole Santa Claus thing. But yes, as a fairy tale, fantastic. As a real person, the Saint Nicholas that was the real person that started it, absolutely real person, and what he did as a person, that the great things that he did to become a saint and for people, awesome. But I've never been one that's been all about the Christmas thing. But I have for years now, and you can attest to this, that I have been saying that I want to become a real beard Santa. But I want to put a twist on it. I want to be more the tinkerer, you know, go get a steampunk tinkerer outfit that's all red, but do it from the perspective of pointing to Christ. Like, I have a job because of him. He's the reason for the season.
Yeah.
I can only do what I do because of him.
Right.
And using this character, like I have an idea for an actual series of plays using him as a storyteller to tell the plays. Speaking of Christ, pointing to Christ. And that is the reality. Anybody who's any good at playing Santa will tell you that the only reason Santa has the ability to do what he does is because of
It reminds
Jesus.
me when we did the one play where we put Santa in jail.
I was Santa in jail.
That was good.
I was Santa in jail one
It
year.
was a good play.
That was funny. I was Santa in jail
I wrote
twice
that one.
actually. Huh?
I wrote that one.
It was pretty good. Yeah, I was Santa in jail twice. No.
And your daughter was Lucy Fur.
No. I was Santa in jail the one
Both
year.
your daughters, I think, were, weren't they?
No, I was Santa in jail the one year, and I was Jesus in jail the next. Or I was Jesus the next. No, because Santa wasn't in jail. It wasn't Santa in jail. Jesus was in jail. Santa was trying to sue Jesus. That's the play.
That's what it was. Yeah. Santa was suing Jesus.
I was
Right to the
Santa
holiday.
one year. I was Santa
That's what it
one
was.
year.
And both his daughters played Lucy Fur, the lawyer.
Lucifer the lawyer. Yeah.
Lucy Fur.
Fantastic.
Yeah. My old, and then because the one year, the second year when the second oldest played Lucifer, the oldest was the narrator.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah. The one year I was Santa. The next year I was
Great
Jesus in
concept.
jail.
See what I mean? And you could write that. And yeah, that's a silly Christmas play that a church put on with a few
My
goofy
favorite
people.
skit that
But you want to know? It could easily be done in a movie.
my favorite skit that I didn't write it, but I did find it years ago. It's a simple 3-person skit. 4th, if you can get somebody to be in the audience to be a plant. But it's Mary and Joseph going to a marriage counselor after she finds out she's pregnant and trying to explain. Now, I did this. It's a clean skit. I did it in a church. Okay.
It's funny. It already sounds pretty funny. But
And there's a point where she's talking about, it was Gabriel. And at the time in the church that I was in, we had a kid named Gabriel. And he was sitting in the audience. So when she's talking about Gabriel, we planned it ahead of time to mess with everybody. And thing, Joe stand up and goes, Gabriel Bellasorte, who is the real name of the person. And he's like, stands up in the middle going, it wasn't me, I'm telling you. It was hilarious.
That's great.
But it was a whole thing of like Mary trying to they had to go to marriage counseling because Joseph couldn't wrap his head around that it was actually an angel that got her pregnant. So it was a fun way of doing it.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to bring more of Christ, obviously, into the Christmas season, but we also just need to bring more happiness and joy.
Well, and that's what you just bringing that up was something I was going to kind of wrap around and bring us home with is I understand that this season's not always easy for everybody.
Right.
A lot of people have a hard time, especially when the economy is as crappy as it is right now.
Not only that, you got to look at just the bad things that happen in general.
No. I'm not talking about.
For me, for years, I hated Christmas. Absolutely hated it because my mother took off around the time that I was 14 around Christmas. She took off. I didn't see her for 11 years. And even after I did see her again, in my 20s, I still hated Christmas. I hated it. I hated the commercial
memories.
I hated it because of the memories, and I also hated it because of the over commercialism.
Right.
So I was that naysayer that would pluck every.
Yep.
Oh, I was a bah humbug, but I had to fake being joyful jolly because the pastor's wife at the time threatened to beat us all if we didn't get jolly during this time of year. But now I'm the one that'll lay the smacketh downeth.
But this is my thing though, is that when you get to this time of the year, especially with an economy that's as bad as it is, you get wrapped up, like you said, the commercialism, the gift buying, the credit card debt, all this stuff, and it gets so overwhelming and taxing.
You don't need to put yourself in 6 months of debt.
Well, hold on.
To enjoy Christmas.
Hold on. Some things to remember and think about. This time of the year always brings with it a lot of high suicide rates. A lot of people who struggle with mental illness, a lot of people who are, have children or in hard marriages or, divorced and struggle with children visitation, seeing their kids and wanting to do things for children and not being able to. It is as much as it is a time of joy and giving and all these wonderful blessings that we talked about in the beginning, it's also a really hard time for people who struggle with depression.
Yep.
And as a knowing factor of people and knowing things that are really hard for people that deal with this, one of the things I want to always make sure I let people know is never, ever, ever be alone on Christmas.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never be alone on Christmas. There's always a place to go. There's never a place where you are alone. And honestly, because of the heart of Christmas, and this is what I meant when I was saying this in the very beginning of the show. Yeah, we talk about Christ, and as believer in Christ, my heart is all about the love of Jesus and getting people to know Jesus, and Jesus is the reason for the season, and tying in gifts and candy canes and all this wonderful stuff back to Him. It's good, but be real.
Yep.
Be real with people. Be real and open, and be loving and kind and caring, especially this time of year, because your joy is actually what somebody who's really absent of it right now needs more than ever. And you might think, oh, well, I'm gonna make them feel horrible because I'm super jolly and they're not. It'd be like, that's not how it works.
No.
Not when it's genuine.
Just like misery loves company. True joy
is
can be infectious.
It's infectious. And this is the thing. If real joy, not the fake joy that he was talking about, the real joy that is compassionate and caring and kind.
Let me ask you a question. This is how you know real joy is infectious. You could be having a bad day, walking through a grocery store, grumpy grump. Worst of the worst days. You hear a baby giggle? Tell me you don't.
It's really hard not to laugh.
You hear a baby bust out, belly chuckle, like full-on belly chuckle in the middle of a grocery store. You could be having the worst day ever. That will bring a smirk.
And not only that, but just think about how many times you
that's joy at its purest.
But remember what I was saying about the movies, right? And the reason why I like the comedy, fun-filled movies and stuff is because think about it. Even laughter, right? You have a bad day. I remember you back in the day. You used to want to go to this one website all the time because it made you laugh, and because you would laugh, it made the depression go away for a while. And it's like, because joy is the opposite of being depressed. It really is. It's like the antithesis of it. So when you are dealing with that, if you're a person who does deal with this, and this is going to be something that you always bring out at the end, but specifically today for today's episode, I want to make sure you know, please contact us, comment in the chat, send him a message or whatever.
Go into the link tree and bio.
We want to make sure that you know you're not alone, and we will do everything in our power, connect the lines if we can, reach out to you, pray with you, try to make you laugh a little bit, make you know everything's going to be okay, because we understand.
We've all got
we understand it's a rough time for everybody, but you know what? If you're not alone, and you know that there are other people that can help dispense some joy into your life, take advantage of it. You're not taking advantage of that person when they have an abundance of it to give and they want to give it away.
Yeah, no.
It's like the free coffee at Wawa. You're not stealing. They're giving it to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't feel guilty for taking the coffee and walking out. They're like, no, go please. Do you want a second cup? Go for it.
As much as I used to be a Scrooge, I tell people the story about how much of a Scrooge I was on purpose. Not because I want to blow it up in your face, but because I want you to go, look, as bad as it was for me, if God can change it around and allow me to see the joy in it, he can do it to anybody.
Yeah.
Because I was an outright Scrooge. I hated Christmas.
And I just didn't want to pass on an opportunity of knowing that I do understand that it's not all about movies and gift giving and funny and stuff like that. There are people out there that really do have it rough. And it's not unbeknownst to me. I'm very much aware of it. And so as a person who has a heart and a compassion for people that really do struggle with depression, I don't want anybody to not know that there's a person out here that cares.
We are here. We will honestly, earnestly pray with you. We can correspond with you via email.
Whatever.
I mean, listen, you follow the link tree.
Yep.
You'll get all of our Twitter. You'll get all my Twitter stuff, my Facebook stuff, my Tiki-Taki stuff, all that stuff. You'll get all that. You'll get the email address to where you can contact us. You will also find the Streams of Life Fellowship website, to which you can listen to past sermons or get his email address to contact him that way. And if you happen to be in Williamstown on Saturday, December 24th, that is Christmas Eve. We're not going to be there on Sunday this year. Any other Sunday, we will be there, barring really bad blizzard weather. But on any other normal Sunday, we'll be there. But again, Christmas Eve that can be a night that's hard for everybody.
Yep. On
Christmas Eve at 3:00 in the afternoon, 2-5 in New Jersey. If you happen to be in the Williamstown area, come worship with us.
Yep.
Come link arms.
Reach out.
You know what? Come cry with us.
Reach out.
If you need
whatever's going
come
on.
Get prayer.
Share your story.
Whatever it is. And we are there. So please do not hesitate. And guys, listen. I thank you. This has been a weird, trippy year. A lot of things went wrong and a lot of things went good. Some plans got, roadblocked and speed bumped and everything else over the year. But I am glad that everything has happened this year, growth that we've had this year. And I look forward to in February of 2023 of coming back in here, number one, having many, many things to talk about while we were gone, mainly having to do with Sleepy Joe and his rigmarole of friends. But the new year's coming, so I do say y'all have a good one.
Oh! Before you go,
what?
Do you know what Joe Biden's favorite stickers are?
Scratch and sniff.
I might want to drop the when exactly we will be coming back.
It'll be in February 2023. Number one. Okay, let me put it to you this way: in January, the three of us, plus probably our guest from last week, Jessica, who is Gary's wife, will sit down with us and we will start plotting out
high potential possibility for our first episode being on your favorite holiday of the year.
No, never.
Oh,
It's not a holiday. Sweet. It's not a holiday. It's not a holiday.
You want to talk about ripping people off. You want to know what the best day? You want to know what the best holiday of the year is? The day after.
Yeah.
That's 50% off chocolate day.
50, it's like 75% off. Halloween. Every holiday.
Yeah, but I don't want that candy.
I do.
I'm not saying.
I'll do the chocolate
I'm not
hearts.
saying go to Walmart and around that time and hide your candy in different aisles. I'm just saying there's going to be cheaper stuff to be found.
I like to walk around Walmart and move things on the aisles just on an everyday basis.
Oh, now stop.
Anyway, we thank you for joining us at the Corner of Church and State this entire year. And I do hope that each and every one of you out there, number one, that you and your families would have a very merry and happy, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yes.
And if you need us, contact us if you need someone to talk to. I know I'm going to enjoy my time off. I know these guys are. I mean, we're still going to see each other and play board games and whatnot. We may even have some we're working out just for ourselves, but we may end up sharing that next season. Something we're doing with the board games that we do play. You'll get to know us a little bit more.
I have a lot of board games.
And I've added to it as well.
I have over 50 board games.
Are you counting mine in that list too?
I have over 50 board games.
But
and I'm not talking about Monopoly and Topple and Risk and
we play games that make Risk look like a kiddie game.
No,
okay,
I don't have those games.
So anyway, I have Axis and Allies, but that's Risk on steroids.
Yeah.
But I digress. I hope that we will see you in the new year.
Yes.
Be safe out there. And again, thank you for joining us on the corner of Church and State, where there is no separation.
Merry Christmas.
Peace out, y'all.
Can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't Republicans or labor rules, it's mental illness. The internet is only interested in left opinions. Cancel culture's got more power lately than the First Amendment. If you don't like it, leave. We will not defund police. We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets. We respect freedom of speech. We protect what we believe. We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas, so America.